Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday and welcome to our Living Well Pilates class. My name is Kourtney Bassett. I'll be with you all for the next 45 minutes as we move through our Pilates repertoire. A few things to note. This is our first Pilates session of the fall semester, so I'm thrilled that you all are here. Thank you for registering through our app or through our web browser. I will work to get you all checked in over the course of class or towards the end of class. All you need for today's class is a mat, a blanket, a towel, or any sort of cushioned surface. That would be just helpful for you as you mobilize or move your body today. Feel free to play some music in the background. That is always really helpful. Sometimes whenever we're moving, unfortunately, I do not have the ability to play music from my computer on here today. So you guys play your own music, whatever inspires you to move. You can have it playing in the background. Just make sure that you can hear my cueing. I've spotlighted my video for all of you to see. And as a reminder, these videos are recorded. I'm recorded, and they're uploaded to our YouTube channel. So you can rewatch these videos at any time. You can go back and watch past videos from months and months or years ago as well. So, all right, I think that's all the housekeeping I have. We are going to get started with our breath today. So find a tall seated position. Oh yes, and for those of you who haven't seen me in a while, the baby bump is growing. So some of our stuff will be a little bit modified. Lots of mobility today. We're starting with our breath. Bring your hands to your belly as you inhale. Feel that belly press out. As we exhale, feel that belly pull back in towards the spine. Continuing that simple, controlled, and mindful breath. Again, as we inhale, the belly presses out against the hands. As we exhale, it pulls back in towards the spine. We come up nice and tall. Feel free to let your eyes close. Relax your shoulders. One more time, breathing in. And exhale, release. From there, our hands find themselves towards our ribs. So we'll start to shift into our rib cage breath, where as we inhale, the ribs expand out. And as we exhale, they pull back in towards the spine. We'll do a few more of those energizing rib cage breaths. As if we were airing up an imaginary tire. Fill the lungs with air. Exhale, trying to release it all. One more time, breathe in. And exhale. Good. Release the hands. Begin to roll the shoulders back. From here, we'll take the arms overhead with an inhale. Exhale, gently rotate towards one side of the room. Inhale, lift the arms again. Exhaling, we rotate. Good. Let's continue that gentle rotation, just starting to mobilize our spine. And last one on both sides. We'll inhale up, exhale, rotate. As we come back to center, reach one arm down to the ground, come into a side bend, opening up through the side body. Big inhale, exhale, lift and switch over to the other side. We're reaching those sits bones down to the mat. Very good. One more in each direction, coming up and over. Our seated position could be with legs out. It could be crisscrossed as you see I'm in. Whatever is most comfortable for you. And come back to center. Good. Roll the shoulders back. From here, we'll take our hands towards the mat, releasing the knees under the hips. So from here, we found a quadruped position. Tuck your toes under, allow your feet to actually stretch out. We'll gently shift our hips back. Feel the stretch through the bottom of the feet. Good. From here, we'll shift our body forward. Shoulders come over the fingertips. Now getting a stretch through our forearms. Good. Alternate between those two. It should be a gentle movement, ever so slight. It should feel like a nice, comfortable stretch. If we feel any pain, decrease our range of motion a little bit. Meaning we're going to move a little bit further back and not quite as far forward over the fingertips. The belly button is drawing up towards the spine. We've got lots of control through that core. One more time, press back. And another time we shift forward. From here, we'll find quadruped. Hands, once again, right under the shoulders, knees below the hips. Begin to move into some pelvic tilts. So you'll actually see this only happening at my lower portion of the spine. So very different from cat and cow, where we're mobilizing the entire spine. This is really isolated to that lumbopelvic region towards our hips. We scoop the pelvis under, reach our sits bones towards the ceiling, and then exhale, scoop the pelvis under, round through the low back. Continuing that for 2. And one more time. Drop the pelvis, reach the sits bones back. And scooping, rounding, pull that belly button towards the spine. Now we round the entire spine to the ceiling. As we exhale, drop the belly through. Let your eye gaze look forward in front of you. Good, moving through that full spinal mobility that are known as cat and cow. Inhaling around. Exhale, the belly drops. The sits bones reach up. Good. A few more times here. Think about pressing the floor away as the belly comes towards the ceiling. And as we drop the belly towards the floor, reach the crown of the head and those sits bones in opposition. Last 2. And 1. Good. From here, we'll take the knees wide, toes come back together, shift the hips towards the heels and walk the hands forward so that you can find rest pose. We'll take a few simple breaths here. Rolling out the wrists if we need to. Gently walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. Again, noticing that side body stretch. Opening up through the rib cage, through the shoulder, all the way down to the pelvis. Big inhale through the nose. As we exhale, walk the hands over to the left side of your mat or your blanket or towel. We'll feel that nice stretch through the other side of the body. From here, let's all lift our hips. We'll tuck the toes under, hover the knees off of the mat, and then flip around. You're like, well, what did she just do? That's okay. Just come to your bottoms. Join me once you get here. Hands behind the hamstrings. We'll do a little spinal mobility here. Inhale, open the chest up. The crown of the head reaches toward the ceiling. Exhale, scoop and round the spine. Good. You guys stay right here. As you do that, I'm going to double check that I got everyone checked in for class today. Continue to mobilize that spine. And use your breath to do so. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Exhale. One more time. As we exhale, rolling back, let the low back connect with the floor below, the middle of the back, and then the top of the back. The arms reach overhead. We immediately nod the head forward and roll the spine up, bone by bone by bone. Lifting up top, rolling down, bone by bone by bone. You can even bring one knee into the chest as we lower down and as we lift up. Good. If we wanted to do the full version of these roll-ups, legs could reach all the way across the mat. We'll reach for those toes and roll it down. Scoop through the pelvis. Roll down, bone by bone by bone. I'm going to use my legs as leverage today, because our goal here is to think about spinal mobility, but we also need to utilize our core to help us do this exercise. And well, growing a tiny human means that my core is a little discombobulated at the moment. So I'm recruiting really some different muscle groups to ensure that I'm able to do this exercise safely and mindfully for my body today. I encourage you all to do the exact same thing for whatever your needs are. Modify as appropriate. One more time, inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, roll yourselves up, reach over the toes, and we'll come back down to the mat, bone by bone by bone. The legs extend towards one end of the room, arms reach out in opposition. Bring those hands into a nice football goalpost position. From there, we'll reach the fingertips towards the wall behind us, and then pull elbows down by our sides. So we're just working a little bit of scapular mobility here. We could do this with extended arms, so arms could be all the way out. I have limited room available today. I'm going to work with what I've got by shortening my lever arm and bending that elbow. Pull those elbows down towards your rib cage, then press the fingertips up one more time. Bring it down. And press up. From here, we'll pull those knees up towards the ceiling. Heels are close to our hips. And we'll move into a few bridges. Hands by our sides. Lift the hips up in one swift motion and bring it back down. Now our heels are connected with the floor below. So are the toes. All 10 toes are grounded with the mat. We'll feel our core, our hamstrings, and our glutes. Recruit those muscles to lift the hips up. Try pointing your palms towards the ceiling. See how that feels for you today. Another option, we could let the palms face inward as if we were karate chopping the floor below. Or if we prefer, palms can be facing down. Try out all of those hand positions. See if they change how the movement feels for you. For some of us, it may. For some of us, it may not. One more time, let's hold those hips lifted. With our hips lifted, we'll drop one hip, lift it back up, and then the other. And lift, feel the glute drop, activate and press up. Lower and lift. Good. 3, 2. One more on either side. Holding our hips lifted, roll the spine down bone by bone by bone. Good. So we're moving into a round back bridge where we once again find that spinal mobility. We'll scoop through the pelvis, lift the hips up one vertebra at a time, come into that full bridge, and then lower down in the reverse manner. So I really like to cue that bone by bone by bone language, just because it really gives us this visual of the spinal column laying down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. We feel the glutes engage, we feel the core activate. It's all still happening, perhaps just in a more mobilized or sequential order, as opposed to one swift movement. Final time, roll the hips up towards the ceiling. Hold it here for a brief moment. Create that space between your chin and the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, roll down bone by bone by bone. From here, we'll take the knees over to one side of the mat and then the other, just swaying from side to side, taking note of how that feels through the low back, through the hips. whatever it may be. Fantastic. From here, we'll move into some leg circles. Extend the the left leg all the way out across the mat. Right leg extends towards the ceiling. We'll start with a small leg circle, really activating through the core. Pull that core together as if we had a corset on here. We're tracing that toe around our imaginary dinner plate for 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse the direction of those circles, mobilizing the hip for 3, 2, and 1. From here, the knee pulls into the chest. Give yourselves a little break. Inhale through the nose, exhale, flex the foot, reach it to the ceiling. We'll move into some larger leg circles. Imagine your heel tracing along the outside of a beach ball here. One more time in this direction. At the top, reverse it. Take that leg around and up. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee to the chest. Slowly slide that knee outside of your body. Notice a lovely inner thigh stretch there. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale, we'll bring the leg all the way across the body. We'll sink into a little bit of spinal rotation here as we look in the opposite direction of our knee. Nothing forced. Let gravity pull you into this. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center we go. The right leg extends out across the mat. The left knee pulls into the chest. Send that left toe up to the ceiling. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Start with your small dinner plate size circles. Hands by our side, shoulders are grounded with the floor. Our right heel pressing into the mat. Core is nice and strong. 2, and 1. Let's reverse the direction of these leg circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull that knee into the chest. As you flex through the foot, prepare for those larger circles. Right leg versus left leg to the ceiling. Bring that leg around and up. Remember, we're tracing around an imaginary beach ball here. Good. 2, and 1 more time at the top. Reverse the direction of those leg circles around and up. 2, and 1 at the top. Knee pulls into the chest. We once again slide the leg outside of the body. Breathing gently. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. The knee comes across the chest. We rotate into that spinal rotation. Let gravity pull you into it. Nothing forced. 3, 2, and 1. From here, we'll move into our Pilates 5 ab series, which is going to be a little different today. We'll start with our knees elevated towards the ceiling, feet connected with the mat. Hands come to the belly. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, elevate the right knee and stack it over your hip. Good. Now, keep this lovely 90-degree angle. Extend that foot down to the ground and switch legs. Left leg comes in. Core stays strong. And extend that leg out. Good. You can keep your hands here as you alternate from one side to the next. We call this bridge marching. This is a great way to start activating through the core. A great warm-up exercise for our entire core, really. You may not be getting totally into those obliques, but rectus and transverse abdominal area, that really deep core is what we're turning on here. And that, my friends, is the most important. that transverse abdominal area. 2 and 1. Now hold that left leg up and lifted. Join your right leg to the ceiling. Good. From here, we switch and extend the toe down and lift up, lower and lift. Good. You guys stay there. I'm going to once again just double check our participation. Fantastic. You guys are all still checked in. I love it. No newcomers yet. It's all right. Final time. Drop that leg down. Lift it back up. Drop the other leg down. Lift it back up. Good. From here, both legs come down to the mat. We're going to take the knees in towards the belly. Knees come wide. Heels together, toes apart. We call this a Pilates V. We do this in the reformer all the time. It's called frog jumps. We'll take those heels out to 45 degrees, bring them back in towards the spine. So slide the legs out, pull them in. Take it up and in. I really encourage you guys, the more you can send those legs out to 45 degrees, the better. I'm modifying a little bit for my own personal reasons, but I really want you to drive those heels out to 45 degrees. One more time, out and in. From there, both legs reach towards the ceiling for leg lower and leg lift. Lower, lower, and lift. Drop the toes down about 6 inches, lift them back up for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, bring those feet down towards your side or towards the floor. Hands come to the back of the skull for crisscross. Opposite shoulder, opposite knee. We come up and across. Rotate and come center. Good. And where we lift those rib cages off of the mat. 2 and 1 more on either side. Rotate, rotate, come up and switch other side and release. Fantastic. Use that leg as leverage. Lift yourselves up into a seated position. From here, legs extend all the way across the mat. Hands come forward. Or spine stretch forward. Roll the forehead down to the knees, lifting up bone by bone by bone. Inhale, exhale, round forward. Feel those fingertips pull towards your toes. And then lift back up. Once again, moving through that spinal mobility, down and over the bars, lifting back up. Final time. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Good. Now, we're going to do the exact same thing. This time, add rotation. Our feet come about hip distance apart. Arms reach out in opposition. We will rotate towards one side of the room. Reach down, feeling that pinky toe. Lift up and rotate in the other direction. We rotate, roll down. They call this one saw, as if you're sawing off your pinky toe. That gives you a nice visual of how we should be reaching for the outside of that foot. We lift up, rotate, roll down, bone by bone by bone, reach. Stack it back up. Last time. Reach and release. Good. Hands come back down towards our sides. We're coming onto our side. Elbow is right here under our shoulder. All right, we're going to warm up those external rotators in our hips. Knees are bent and slightly in front of us. We'll open and close those legs. Heels and toes together. We'll make a diamond shape here with those inner thighs. Staying lifted on this rib cage really helps us recruit our obliques into this work. So we're not just focused about external rotators, core is involved as well. And we've got this lovely spinal alignment here. So we're not dropping our head down or looking up like this. Our head is attached to our spine. So let's keep it in that nice neutral position. 2. And 1, hold that leg lifted. Bring your feet off of the ground. Extra stability here. Knees together and close. You can use this top arm in front of you to help you stabilize if you'd like. Kind of working in our balance here, which, if you didn't know, our balance starts to decrease after the age of 30. So it's really important for us to really challenge our balance on a regular basis. And this is a really simple way to do that. 2. And 1, hold it lifted. Now, we're going to drop the bottom toe, tap the floor, and lift back up. Tap the pinky toe to the floor, and lift. Keep that diamond straight with the top leg. 2. And 1, bring it up. Knees together, feet down. Good. From here, we'll lay it down all the way. We'll do our planks later. All right. We're going to lay it down on our sides, but the feet come forward in front of our body. Hand is in front of us for stability. Let's get moving with that top leg. Top leg starts to lift up about 6 inches or perhaps in line with our hip. Shoulders and hips are stacked one on top of the other. So if somebody was looking at us from above, they would only see 1 shoulder, 1 hip, 1 knee, and 1 ankle. That's how well we are aligned here. Our eye gaze continues to look forward. We've got 2 more leg lifts. On this next one, hold the leg lifted, pulse it towards the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toe and circle these legs forward. Brush the inner thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. Take it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As that leg comes back lifted, flex the foot, kick the leg forward, point the leg back. See that opening through the hip? Let's try it again. Kick forward, kick back. Good. Now, can you lift your rib cage off of the mat and stabilize to the floor while you do that? Good. Kick forward, kick back. We're speeding it up for 3, 2, and last one. Kick forward, kick back, tap the toe down, lift it up, and tap it forward. Oh yes, we're making a big rainbow over that bottom leg. Your outer thighs will love you for this tomorrow, or maybe they do right now. 2, and 1. As that toe taps forward, bring that leg lifted. Give yourselves a little bit of myofascial release through that of your thigh. Good. All right. Once again, shoulders and hips are stacked. That means our knee is going to be lifted off of the mat here. All right. So start to lift and lower your bottom leg. As that bottom leg lifts and lowers off of the mat, we're working through our inner thighs. We call those our adductors, ADD ductors. Good. Foot can be flexed or pointed, whatever you prefer. At the top, we're going to circle that leg inward. It's a quick, small circular movement from the hip. Then we reverse it. Take it in the opposite direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As the leg lowers towards the ground, extend the top leg back up. Come on up to that elbow. All right, I told you guys we were doing planks. Here we are. For your plank option, feet can be stagger stanced and those hips can lift, or we can bend the bottom knee and lift up from there. All right. We want the core aligned. We want our spine aligned. And everything in control. Shoulder is right above that elbow. And I know you guys have been up for a minute. I want you to stay up. Okay. Stay lifted. Stay in control. Breathe. We have 5 seconds left. They will fly by if you breathe through it. 3, 2, 1. The hips come down. Now we're going to do that one more time. One more plank on this side. Adjust however you need to. We take off in 3, 2, 1. Come on up. With those hips lifted. Feel that rib cage elevated. Shoulder is stabilized. You're breathing strong. Good. Stay with it. Keep working. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Bend those knees as you lift up. Bring one arm all the way up and over. Enjoy this lovely mermaid stretch. I'm using the word lovely today a lot. I noticed that. Now that I pointed it out to you, you'll notice it too. Come on up. All right. Bring the legs around. As we bring the legs around, we're setting up for same thing on the other side. Where did we start? We started on our elbow. Knees are bent. Feet together. Create that diamond shape. As we lift the knee, press it back. We call this external rotation. So we're pressing that knee back behind us, causing external rotation at our hip here. Spine is still in that great alignment. Core is still strong. Like you guys, remember, keep those heels and toes together. 3, 2, and 1. Hold that diamond shape. Can you lift the legs? Oh yeah, we're a little fatigued, so your balance is really going to come in handy here as we lift and lower that top leg. Try not to collapse into the shoulder. That would look like this. Yeah, we don't want to be here. We want to be lifted. Rib cage is strong. You have 2 and 1. Hold it lifted. And remember, we're dropping your foot to the floor. Tap the toes. And lift. Tap. And up. 5, 4. Keep your balance. Keep your stability. 2 and 1. Feet come together. Knees down. Lower the feet. Fantastic. Now, come all the way down to the mat. Align your spine with the back end of the mat. Feet come forward to that front corner. Rib cage is lifted. Lifting over the top leg. Good. Up and down. Staying lifted. Rib cage is nice and strong. Now, do you remember what I cued on the other side? Alignment, our shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles, they're all stacked one on top of the other. Are you there? 3, 2, and 1. Hold that top leg lifted, pulse it up 1 inch, bring it down an inch. It's a quick pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toe and circle the leg forward. Oh yes, brush those inner thighs together here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. Take it in that opposite direction. 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg lifted. Flex the foot. Kick the leg forward. Point the toe. Kick the leg back. Good. We're moving through flexion into extension. Now lift your rib cage up. Stabilize through your torso and speed up that movement. Kick forward. Kick back. We'll do 3, 2. Last 1. Keep the leg behind you. Tap the toe to the floor. Lift it up. Make that rainbow over the bottom leg. Yes. We're still strong. 4, 3, 2. And the last 1. Tap the toe. Bend the knee. Shake it up. Good. Yeah, get that myofascial release there through the outer thigh. Remember, as we move to the bottom leg, we want our hips and our shoulders to be stacked one on top of the other. That means this top knee is going to stay lifted off of the ground. Bottom leg lifts and lowers. Rib cage lifts off of the mat. But you can think about sliding an imaginary piece of paper between your rib cage and the floor below. That'll really help you stay engaged here with the belly. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg lifted. Pulse it towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toe and circle the leg forward. 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. 3, 2, 1. The leg lowers. Fantastic. Now, as we come up, you've got 2 side planks. All right. Figure out your favorite stance. It could be your feet staggered or bottom knee bent, Lift the hips up, get into your alignment. Check in on yourselves. Is the core strong? Do you have that spine in alignment? What about the shoulder? Is it over your elbow? Check in with it all. Now hold it. Oh yeah, this one's the long one. This one's the longest plank. The other one's a little bit shorter. The other one's only 20 seconds. I don't know how long we were up while I was talking, but I know how much longer you have. And it's 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Breathe. All right, do what you need to do. We take off in 5 seconds with our second and final side plank. We're going to rock it. 20 seconds. Up and go. Good. Hips are lifted. Shoulders are stacked. Belly is strong. We're still breathing. Try not to hold that breath. Good. You're more than halfway there. Stay lifted. Stay in control. Use your time. Work through it. And release. Knees come together. We'll lift ourselves up and fold over into that nice, gentle side body stretch. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release. Cartwheel those arms around as you come back into quadruped. So we find this quadruped position once again. We're moving into some push-ups. So you've got an option. You can do your tricep push-ups from quadruped. You could walk your hands forward and drop the hips and do them from here. Or you could do them from a full plank position, which I'm not done yet today. So find what's going to work for you. Elbows are coming right past our sides. We all have 6 total tricep push-ups. You guys take them off right now. Count them out to yourselves. Coming low to the ground. Elbows right next to our rib cage. And press up. When you're done with your 6 tricep push-ups, sit yourselves back, knees apart, toes together, reach into your rest pose. Beautiful. And walk those hands forward, and then stretch through the arms. Big inhale, and then exhale, slide yourselves forward. Back into quadruped, working on a little bit of spinal balance. Slide the right arm forward. Extend the left leg back. Good. Holding that stability. Bring the hand and knee down. Left hand slides forward. The right leg extends back. Feel that glute engage here. Our eye gaze is looking down towards the fingertips. And release. Opposite arm, opposite leg reach. Come back to center. Well, keep this work going. Be mindful of how you stabilize through the core, through the torso. As you reach in opposition, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Final time here. Bring in. And once again, reach those hips towards the heels. Around through the spine. And lift the hips. Tuck the toes under. Send yourselves up into down dog. Oh, and nice stretch for those legs, for the calf muscles, the hamstrings. We can start to bend those knees, alternating knee bends here. From there, we'll slowly reach the right leg towards the ceiling. And then release that knee all the way forward towards our right hand. Coming into nice hip opener. Brachiorformis and outer thigh. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, tuck the back toe under. Send yourself back into down dog. And this time, releasing the left leg to the ceiling. That left leg comes forward to our left hand. We slide into pigeon pose. Once again, stretching through that outer thigh with your thumbs. From here, we're going to release our hips back. Coming around with the back leg. We'll find a nice seated position. Roll the shoulders back. Dropping one ear towards our shoulder. Breathing simply. And then we'll take the opposite ear over towards the opposite shoulder. Once again on either side. And release for the final time up and over. Roll the head around. Nice and gentle. And in the other direction. As we come up, take the shoulders back and down the spine. Find a big inhale, reach the arms overhead. As we exhale, rotate towards one side of the room. Just as we did in the beginning. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rotate to the other side of the room. How does this feel in comparison to what we did at the very beginning? Perhaps we feel a bit more mobility. Like our spine is ready for the movement last time in each direction. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, release. Fantastic job today, you guys. Happy first class of the fall semester. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, remember, these sessions are recorded. It's just me being recorded, and they get uploaded to our YouTube channel. So this will go up probably later in this month. But all of our classes from previous weeks and years, they're all on our YouTube channel. So for those of you who have been with me for a while, who may know, the Pilates 5 Abs series was a little different today. I'm going to be modifying things as we go through the fall semester, just because of this tiny human. So thinking, if you're wanting more of that typical regimented Pilates repertoire, that is, I typically teach that. It is all on our YouTube channel. If you're looking for more of the mobility, and I'll bring in all of those Pilates pieces, that is probably where we're going to head to throughout the fall semester. I'll keep it all as authentic as possible, and we'll have lots of fun in the process. But I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what to expect. Have a fantastic Wednesday.